Hi, folks. I'm 82 years old, and I've learned a lot about life, some lessons the easy way, others the hard way. Today, I want to share one choice I deeply regret: moving into a nursing home. If you or someone you love is thinking about this step, stick with me. These 10 truths could change how you see things. Let's dive in. Regret 1: losing my independence. The day I moved into the nursing home, I thought I was just changing my address. Boy, was I wrong. The biggest shock: losing control over my own life. Back home, I had my routines. I'd wake up at 6 a.m., make my coffee just the way I liked it, low sugars, a splash of cream. I'd water my roses, read the paper on my porch, or take a walk to the corner store for a candy bar. Simple stuff, right? But it was mine. In the nursing home, everything runs on their clock. Breakfast is at 8 a.m., whether you're hungry or not. Lights out at 10 p.m., even if you're wide awake. Want to go for a walk? You might need permission, and you'll probably wait for a staff member to tag along. I remember my first week, sitting in a room that wasn't mine, reaching for my favorite book, a worn-out copy of To Kill a Mockingbird. It wasn't there. Neither was my favorite chair or the quilt my mom made me. Instead, I got beige walls, a stiff bed, and a sinking feeling I wasn't in charge anymore. The hardest part? Once you give up your independence, it's like trying to catch smoke, nearly impossible to get back. You stop fighting the schedule. You stop asking for what you want. You just fit in. But in doing that, you lose a piece of yourself. If you're thinking about a nursing home, ask yourself, are you ready to let go of the little choice, like when to eat or what to wear, that make life yours? Because trust me, you'll miss them more than you think. Regret 2: feeling forgotten. Here's a hard truth: the world keeps spinning without you when you're in a nursing home. When I moved in, my family swore they'd visit all the time. My daughter, Sarah, said she'd stop by every Sunday. My grandkids promised to bring pizza and tell me about school. For a while, they did. Those early visits kept me going. Sarah's hugs, my grandson's goofy stories about his soccer games. But then, life got in the way. Sarah's job got busier. The kids had homework, sports, friends. Sundays turned into phone calls, then texts, then silence. Holidays were the worst. I'd sit in the common room, watching the door, hoping someone would walk through. I wasn't the only one. There was this lady, Margaret, who'd stare at the entrance every Christmas, clutching a photo of her son. He never came. It's not that my family stopped loving me. They just assumed I was fine, that the nursing home was taking care of me. But being cared for isn't the same as being remembered. One night, I sat in my room, holding my phone, wanting to call Sarah. I didn't. I was scared I'd sound needy, like a burden. That's when it hit me. I was waiting for a life that wasn't mine anymore. If you're considering a nursing home, ask, are you ready to feel out of sight, out of mind? Because no matter how much people love you, distance makes it easy to drift apart. Regret 3: losing my sense of purpose. At home, I had a reason to get up every day. I'd tend my garden. Those tomatoes were my pride and joy. I'd bake banana bread for the neighbors, knit scarves for my grandkids, even just dust my shelves to keep things tidy. Those little tasks gave me purpose. But in the nursing home, that all vanished. Meals showed up on a tray. Someone else cleaned my room. There were no plants to water, no bread to bake. At first, I thought, great, I can relax. But after a few weeks, the days started dragging. I'd sit in the TV room, watching reruns of Wheel of Fortune, waiting for anything happen. I saw it in others, too. There was this guy, Tom, a retired mechanic. Back home, he'd tinker in his garage, fixing bikes for kids in the neighborhood. Here, he just sat, staring at his hands, like they didn't know what to do anymore. One day, Tom said, "I feel like I'm just waiting to die." That hit me hard, because I felt it too. Without something to care about, a project, a routine, even a core, life loses its spark. Your mind slows down, your heart follows, and soon you're just existing. If you're thinking about a nursing home, ask, what makes you feel alive? Because finding purpose there isn't as easy as filling time. It's about fighting to hold on to who you are. Regret 4: declining health faster than I expected. Before the nursing home, I was doing okay for 82. I wasn't climbing mountains, but I could walk to the mailbox, carry my groceries, do a little stretching every morning. I liked my routine, kept my legs strong, my heart ticking. But once I moved in, that all changed. Everything was done for me. Meals came to my table, no need to chop veggies or stand at the stove. If I needed something, I'd press a button and someone would bring it. Sounds nice, right? But here's the catch: the less I did, the weaker I got. I stopped walking as much, and my knees started aching. Sitting became easier than standing, and soon, getting out of a chair felt like lifting a car. Within 6 months, I felt 10 years older. I saw it happen to others, too. There was Betty, this spunky 80-year-old who loved her daily walks. She'd lap the courtyard, humming old Beatles songs. But after a while, she leaned on a cane, then a walker, then a wheelchair. I don't know how it happened, she told me, but my body gave up. That's the thing, in a nursing home, everything's designed to make life easy. But easy isn't always good. Movement keeps you alive. Stop moving, and you start fading. If I'd known how fast I'd decline, I'd have pushed myself harder, taken more walks, done my stretches, fought to stay strong. If you're considering a nursing home, ask, will you keep moving when everything's handed to you? Because once your strength slips, it's a long road back. Regret 5, losing privacy and dignity. At home, I had my own space. I could lock my door, play my radio, take a shower when I felt like it. Privacy was a given. But in a nursing home, it's a rare thing. From day one, I felt like I was on display. Staff popped in for checks and items without knocking. Shared spaces meant I was never really alone. Even simple stuff, like getting dressed, often meant someone helping me. I get it, they're doing their job, but it's hard to need help with things you've done yourself for 80 years. I remember my first month, waiting for a staff member to help me shower. I sat there, feeling like a kid who couldn't be trusted alone. And don't get me started on roommates. I was lucky mine was quiet, but others weren't. One guy, Frank, had a roommate who'd yell all night. No sleep, no peace, no choice. Then there's dignity. When someone talks to you like a patient, not a person calling you honey while they rush you through lunch, it chips away at you. Your room's not yours, it's just a bed in their system. If you're considering a nursing home, ask, are you ready to trade privacy for care? Because once it's gone, you'll feel it every single day. Regret 6, realizing it's harder to leave than you think. When I moved in, I told myself it was temporary. I'd try it out, see if it fit. If not, I'd go home. Sounds simple, right? Wrong. Leaving a nursing home is like climbing a mountain with no map. First, there's your home. Mine sat empty for months. My kids started selling stuff, me old couch. My deceased thinking I wouldn't need them. They even talked about renting the place out. When I mentioned moving back, they hesitated. Are you sure you can handle it, Mom? Isn't it safer here? Then there's your body. After a year of less walking, less lifting, I wasn't as strong. The idea of cooking my own meals or mowing the lawn felt scary. I met others stuck like me. One woman, Clara, planned to stay 3 months. 2 years later, her house was sold, her savings drained by care costs. She had nowhere to go. The longer you stay, the more the nursing home becomes your world. Your old life, your home, your freedom starts feeling like a dream. If you're considering a nursing home, ask, are you ready for a one-way ticket? Because leaving is way tougher than walking in. Regret 7, missing my memories. My home wasn't just a house, it was my story. Every scratch on the kitchen table, every photo on the wall held a memory. The rocking chair where I read to my kids, the backyard where we had 4th of July barbecue, those things were me. Moving to the nursing home meant leaving them behind. I brought a few things, a photo of my husband, my mom's old teacup, but it wasn't the same. My room felt like a hotel, not a home. One night, I closed my eyes and tried to picture my old living room, the way sunlight hit the carpet, the smell of coffee in the air. I couldn't. It was slipping away. Other residents felt it too. My friend Helen would talk about her garden, her lilacs, her bird feeder. She'd cry, not because she missed the flowers, but because she missed who she was there. If you're considering a nursing home, ask, can you let go of the places that hold your life? Because those memories fade faster when you're not surrounded by them. Regret 8, the lack of personal connection. I thought I'd make friends in the nursing home, share stories, play cards. maybe even laugh like I did with my old neighbors. But it wasn't like that. Many residents kept to themselves, too tired or too lost in their own worlds to connect. Staff were kind, but they were busy, always rushing, always checking clipboards. There was no one to sit with over coffee and talk about life net like at home, where my neighbor Joan would pop over to gossip about the town fair. I miss those moments, the ones that make you feel seen. One day, I tried starting a book club. I put up a sign, brought my copy of Charlotte's Web. Nobody came. That stung. If you're considering a nursing home, ask, are you okay with feeling like a stranger in a crowd? Because real connection where someone knows your story is harder to find than you'd hope. Regret 9. The financial trap. Nobody warned me how much a nursing home would cost. I thought my savings $50,000 from years of pinching pennies would cover me. Wrong. The average cost here was $8,000 a month. My savings were gone in less than a year. Medicare helped a little, but not enough. My kids started chipping in, and I hated it knowing they were skipping vacations or car repairs to pay for me. Then there's the trap. Once your money's gone, you're stuck. You can't afford to move out, hire help at home, or even rent an apartment. I met a guy, Ed, who sold his house to cover costs. Now he's got nothing, no home, no way out. If you're considering a nursing home, ask, can you afford to lose everything? Because the price isn't just money, it's your future. Regret 10. Losing hope. This one's the hardest to admit. At home, I had dreams, small ones, but they kept me going. I wanted to see my grandson graduate, plant one more rose bush, maybe take a road trip to the Grand Canyon. In the nursing home, those dreams started fading. Days blended together, some meals, same walls, same routine. I stopped looking forward to tomorrow because it felt like today all over again. I saw it in others, too. Eyes that used to sparkle went dull. Laughter turned to silence. It's not that we gave up, it's that hope got harder to hold onto when life felt so small. If you're considering a nursing home, ask, can you keep your dreams alive when the world shrinks around you? Because losing hope is the heaviest regret of all. Looking back, I don't regret getting older. Aging is a gift. But I do regret thinking a nursing home was my only path. I walked in expecting care and comfort. Instead, I lost my freedom, my purpose, my hope. Are all nursing homes bad? No. Some folks need them, and that's okay. But before you choose, think hard about what you're giving up. If I could do it again, I'd have stayed home longer, hired help, leaned on family, fought for my independence. If you're facing this choice, ask, is this really what's best, or just what's easiest? Your life, your routines, your memories, your dreams is worth holding onto as long as you can. Thanks for listening. If this hit home, drop a comment with one thing you learned today. Maybe it's a question, a story, or a plan to talk to someone you love. Your thoughts mean the world. Like, subscribe, and share if you found this helpful. It keeps me going. I'll see you in the next one.